Hey there retro fans, welcome to RGF Retro Game Force, and today it's a very special episode, not just because I'm showing my ugly face the first time on camera, but because this small channel achieved 100 or more than 100 subscribers. So thank you all for the support, and it's a very special episode because we are reviewing here the OSSC, the open source scan converter, which is an awesome device to play retro consoles and retro games in modern LCD TVs. So, stay tuned! First of all, OSSC stands for Open Source Scan Converter. So what I will do in this review is I will show you in the background footage of some random games and some random systems running over the OSSC, so you can see the overall quality of the video output. And meanwhile, I will explain you the technical background of this device and of course my overall experience with the positive points and the negative points of the OSSC. To better explain the OSSC, I need to mention that this device is not an upscaler, so it's doing completely different things compared to the FrameMaster. It's a completely different device and it handles the output signal in a completely different way. And the big advantage of not being an upscaler is the input lag, which in this device is almost nothing, or yeah, I measure it is milliseconds, so it's nothing. So again, compare this to the FrameMaster means that if you change resolutions, and I have some games, for example in the Sega Saturn, which in the menu they are using one resolution, and when they are in game they use a different resolution, or even if you play pause and you need to choose items in the pause menu, it changes resolution. And the FrameMaster, it takes time to upscale the resolution in the right way. Since this is not the upscaler, these kind of things don't happen in the OSSC, which is also one advantage of the OSSC. But now you ask, so how does the OSSC actually works? So the OSSC is actually a line doubler. So it duplicates the lines and deinterlace the lines, and you even can triple and quadruple the lines to enhance the resolution. But again, this is for me the catch of the OSSC. It's really gonna depend on what TV set do you own to use the OSSC. I'm not saying that the OSSC doesn't work with all TV sets, but it works better with some TV sets and worse with some TV sets. I will give you my example. I tried the OSSC in different TV sets I have it here at home, and in some TV sets the line tripler is the best way to play, for example, Mega Drive or Super Nintendo or Sega Saturn. It does a 4x3 triple line, which with scan lines it looks amazing, even in 4K TVs. The issue is some of my TV sets or monitors, they don't support this mode. They just accept the line doubler and nothing else. And in this case the image quality is not so good. So in the footage that you guys are seeing right now, this is coming from an Elgato. It doesn't accept the line tripler, so what you're gonna see here is actually the line doubler and nothing else. And I can tell you the image can look much better than this in live than on the footage, but anyhow it looks quite good even with just a doubler. So this device out of the box, it needs some knowledge from the user to configure it properly for the systems that you want to use, and this is a negative point. I'll resume in the end of the review the positive and negative, but I want to explain to you the first time I used it I was quite lost on the menus, navigate all the menus, check all the options, This version I own has already HDMI out, so you don't have to put the sound with an external cable. You can use the HDMI out to output the audio, which is a good thing. And it's an open source project, and it's always evolving with new firmwares, so this is a positive. Yeah, by the way, and in the end of the review I will mention all the positive and negative points from my point of view. Another positive point is the price. So it's not inexpensive, but it's also not as expensive as the FrameMeister. So it costs half of the FrameMeister, and it's a live project, so it's still getting support, which is good, by the way. I was quite surprised with the quality that this device outputs. I had a HDMI upscaler, not a bad one actually, but of course not the FrameMeister. So I was quite surprised from what this device can do. But again, I need to mention that this device, it needs you to have some technical knowledge and some technical know-how to properly configure the device. There's a lot of support in the internet. You can go to forums and check the best configuration to suit you. But again, it really depends on what TV set do you have. The OSSC takes RGB and component in VGA, for example for the Dreamcast. But I will advise you to use RGB, since, of course, except from the Dreamcast. With Dreamcast, VGA is always the best option. But all the consoles, the systems that I own, except for the Dreamcast, the RGB looks amazing. There are some specific systems I own, they look amazing on the OSSC. One good example is the Neo Geo AES, the GameCube, and the original Xbox. I think these ones, they look amazing. I don't even remember seeing this quality on the CRT. They look awesome. So as promised, I will do now the positive and the negative aspects of this device, so you can really choose if you want to buy it or not. Positive aspects: almost no input lag, so you press a button and it reacts immediately. There's no lag or almost no lag. The picture quality, it's really good. If you have good cables, you have really good picture quality. Another positive is that the project is alive and it has a lot of support, and new firmwares are still coming out, so it can still improve a lot. Also, a positive aspect that is you can tune in, you can even improve the quality, go into the options and explore it, and you can even improve the quality out of the box. And one example is that you can do horizontal scan lines, for example for the Game Gear, and it looks like really a Game Gear. It's really good. And last but not least, the price compared to the FrameMeister. This costs like hundreds, $70 more or less, with all the options, with all the remote control and everything. And this is half of what you get for the FrameMeister. And now for the negative aspects. The quality and the tweaks can depend on what TV set do you own. This is very important, because there are some configurations that you can use in some TV sets that you cannot use in others. And from my experience, I try this in different TVs, I already mentioned this, and it's quite different experience. Even with my Elgato, I cannot output the best quality using the best configuration I can use. So it's a shame, but it's a negative aspect. Also to mention, this is not a plug and play device. It needs tuning. It needs you to explore and try to configure it in the best way that you can. And it's gonna be different depending on the systems that you're gonna use. Other aspect, negative, is that you need to invest in good RGB cables to get the best quality. But again, nothing you lose. It's a negative aspect, but it could also be a positive. It's really depend of what quality you want to achieve. And one aspect, because I'm a father, I have 2 small children, and I have to mention this, is that this is easily broken. So it's not like you can break the device or the device is not sustainable and it breaks, no. But if you have kids, they can easily drop this device, and this is kind of a demo PCB in a cage, so it can easily be broken. So I put here, because I'm a father, I have kids, you know, it's good to mention. So now it's up to you if you want to get a OSSC or not. I have to mention that lately all my footage is coming from this device, and I'm quite happy with it. I will not change it, I will for sure keep it and upgrade the firmwares as soon as there's new firmwares coming by. And yeah, for me it's a good solution. For you, you have to decide. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you like, leave me a comment and a subscribe. And again, thank you all for reaching the 100 subscribers or more. And yeah, may the RetroGameForce be with you, and see you guys next time.